let's open these toys. They are Ariel the Deluxe Edition, Ariel and King Triton set, and Ursula from the live-action version. I bought them a while back. It literally said on the box, "Don't open it until April 2023," and then I tossed it somewhere thinking I have plenty of time. Well, I guess I kind of forgot about them. I found them hanging around in the back of the desk, and I realized I still didn't open these toys, so better late than never. It was difficult to try to find the toys from the original animation because they were released such a long time ago. The Ariel doll gets updated, Eric sometimes gets released with Ariel, but everybody else is difficult to find. It took me a while to get some of these other characters as used toys. So this was a chance to get another Ursula and another Triton. I like the older toys from the animation version a lot though. Given the choice, I usually use the ones from the animated version, but maybe I will do a separate series using the dolls from the live-action version. I think there are some differences between the two versions. I think the underlying themes are a little different between the two versions of the movies. Similar, but there are subtle differences. I already opened Ariel's sisters. They are somewhere in the huge list of videos. I think I mentioned how it would be fun to do a spin-off stories based on these sisters. I think they have enough interesting things about them that we could come up with stories for each of those sisters. But anyway, I digress. So, first, let's start with the Ariel and King Triton set. I bought this set mainly for King Triton because I already have 4 or 5 different versions of Ariel already. I don't think I need another one, but hey, having one more won't hurt. I could maybe use this Ariel as the baby Ariel, or if I want to do a story when Ariel was much younger and she remembers stuff from her past or something like that. This Ariel looks much younger than the other versions. The set also comes with a few accessories. King Triton's trident, Ariel's fork that acts like a hairbrush, and a candle holder with spoons inserted in places of candles. Ariel comes with hair that you can brush, maybe not with the fork. I'm not sure if you ever really need to brush your hair if you live underwater. It kind of seems pointless. Actually, I don't know why you would have hair, because I don't think any underwater creatures have hair. Fur, maybe, not hair. But anyway, we're talking about mermaids, not fish. Ariel comes with a top and a tail that you can undress and give her another outfit if you want. She has legs underneath, so she can always turn into a human if she takes off her fins. I don't have too many outfits that fit this size dolls. I think the only other dolls with this size might be Raya, Sisu, and Boone from the Raya and the Last Dragon set. I don't think I ever got dolls of this size other than those. Unless Ariel will swap the outfits with Raya, Sisu, or Boone, we'll have to make her new outfits. If we need a new outfit for her, then we'll make something then. I don't think she needs a new outfit though anytime soon. She did not venture into human world when she was young anyway. Ariel's arms can rotate, but not her elbows. Her legs can rotate, but not her knees. Her head rotates too, so not too many moving parts, but that also means there are less places for her to break. King Triton is a little more stiff though. His hair and beard keep him from fully rotating his head. About the only thing that really move are his arms. But the most important thing is that we have King Triton. his trident comes with a handle that fits perfectly into his hands, so we can hold onto his trident without needing to be taped onto his hands. I kind of like this version of King Triton. He looks more modern. The animated version of King Triton looks like he needs a bit of a beard trimming and he looks too old. I watched the first animated version of The Little Mermaid in a classroom. A classmate told me that I should really watch The Little Mermaid. I told her, nah, I already know the story. It's about a mermaid who gave up her voice for legs and then dies at the end. What's there to watch? First, the mermaid gets a happy ending, and second, she was absolutely horrified that I'm missing out on an incredible movie experience. She was trying so hard to convince me that I need to watch it. I promised her that I will watch it, but I didn't. The teacher might have been listening to the conversation. A few months later, the teacher played the movie during the class. I watched it over several classes and with other classmates. I have a very fond memory of watching the movie with other classmates, so The Little Mermaid has a very special place in my heart. Did the live-action version have that magic? Not really, but part of the magic was watching them with other classmates. That just wasn't something that can be replicated, so not so much about the movie itself, but maybe just watching them under different circumstances. And I also wished they actually plunged underwater and showed off their swimming skills and not just relied on the CGI. I understand that some cheap mermaid movies make swimming underwater look really cheap. The tail is wet and stuck to the actress, the hair is completely all washed out, swimming with fins is difficult, breathing underwater is difficult. Yes, I get it, but I still think something awesome could have been done with some incredible stunt actors and directions. Not to mention, behind the scenes clips would have been absolutely amazing to watch. The underwater set would have been incredible to build. How everything had to be bolted down and everything. Imagine how Ursula's cauldron had to be bolted down and how the contents inside didn't all spill out. Just the engineering of putting things underwater would have been absolutely incredible. Can you imagine how somebody could have kept Ursula's hair down and those tentacles underwater and somehow swim with that realistic looking tentacles? That would have been something to watch just on its own. CGIs are awesome when they first came out, but now that I have seen them so many times, I'd rather watch going back to puppets and real props and real stunt works. But do it better. Maybe include the CGIs, but not so obviously everywhere. I think there is magic in trying to replicate impossible things in real world. And tables are tables, houses are houses, castles are castles, vehicles are vehicles, water is water, rain is rain, snow is real snow. Creatures are real creatures, dogs are real dogs with real acting by the dogs. Birds are real birds being real birds, not just computer-generated images that only exist on the screen. I think we found the limitation with CGI. No matter how realistic we can make them look, we can see right through the hollowness of these images because they were made of nothing. The next toy we're opening is Ursula. She just might be one of my favorite villains. She has so much personality. If she wasn't so evil, she might actually be a great conversationalist. She's not one of those silent villains with only a few lines to say and pretty much stays the same throughout the entire show. Ursula is so dynamic. This version of Ursula needs a bit of assembling. The other Ursula I have cannot stand on her own because her tentacles are made of plush. I always have to hold on to her, and she also does not fit into any doll stand. So that's a bit of a bummer. But this Ursula can stand on her own, so that's so awesome. Her head rotates, her arms, her elbows all rotate. Her tentacles do not move, but I suppose that's not a big problem. After I attach the tentacles though, I do not think I can take them out without a possibility of breaking them, so I will not take them out. She has beautifully styled hair. She also comes with earrings and necklace that can come off, but I will keep them on because I might lose them otherwise. I'm always amused that the sea monsters are depicted as large octopuses and not squids. The Kraken, the legendary sea monster, is based on a large squid though, although some say it is an octopus. Ursula is a half octopus. I suppose the inspiration might have been the Kraken. Those tentacles are kind of terrifying, I suppose. I suppose she could have been based on Leviathan, but I think Kraken is a much better choice. I think octopus has a more friendly connotation than a sea serpent. My favorite song in the movie is The Part of Your World. There is something extremely innocent about that song, but it's also the entire tragedy of this story wrapped up into a beautiful 3-minute song. If I can sum up the problems with the world right now, it is that a lot of people want to join the human world, like Ariel, but they discovered that they do not have legs, and the path to getting those legs turns out to be quite perilous for some people. And even if you somehow manage to get those legs, they discovered that they are not Ariel, and there is no Prince Eric, and the legs are not enough anymore. If Ariel actually finds out the real nature of the reality that humans are living in, then I might advise her to think twice about giving up those fins and getting legs to join the human world. Maybe she should ask herself if she's brainwashed to think that somehow the human world really is better than her people's world. I don't know. All the places that people glorified, I visited those places and they were a bit of a letdown. All the things that people said about the foods you need to try at least once in your life, a lot of them were also letdowns. All the things that people said I need to achieve, they did not really get me anywhere. All the things that people said I need to buy or get or have, most of them just were not quite what I thought they would be. If Ariel really wants to become a human, and that's a real commitment she will make for better or for worse, then I suppose it is no longer about what's better. This is something else. But anyway, I got Ariel, the deluxe version. This one is huge, but I think it's mainly because of the doll stand. The doll is a regular-sized doll. We're definitely past April 2023, so I think we can open this box. She comes wrapped up in an extra layer of paper wrapping. That's special. This is the deluxe version. She's meant to be displayed, then to be played. So she has all the body parts moving, her head, her arms, her elbows, and legs, everything. She comes with eyelashes too. I don't have too many dolls with these extra eyelashes, so she is extra special. I think Audrey, the queen of the mean doll, has eyelashes. Project MC Square dolls also have eyelashes. Anyway, eyelashes are quite rare in dolls. She has hair accessories and braces. Her top and fins can be removed. They are just garments that she can wear. There are legs underneath, so we can turn her into a human whenever. She's a regular-sized doll, which is so awesome because she can pretty much get into any dresses we already have. It also means I don't have to do extra editing just to get her to stand right beside other dolls. As for her outfit, I didn't get the blue dress version of Ariel. I'm not too happy about that blue dress. Ariel looks a bit shabby in that dress. Although, if the palace gives me any dress for free, I might just as well wear it all day, every day, just so that I can brag about it. But anyway, the animated version got a better looking dress. I'm not sure why the live action version didn't give her a prettier looking dress. That would have been fun. She has a beautiful tail. It is shiny and glimmering. They look especially beautiful when placed on the doll stand that looks like a water splash. She has extra fins on the tail and they look gorgeous. I wonder how much effort was required to get all these hair braided, and there are accessories and tiara twisted into her hair. It would have taken someone forever to style her hair like that. I know how much time hairstyling like this can take. And it looks incredible on her. The outfits too. There are so many details. There is a lot of texture and glittering parts. You would think sewing a tiny doll outfit would take like a few minutes, but that's so not true. It's actually quite difficult to try to sew these tiny outfits. I'm guessing these doll manufacturers have special machines just for sewing these tiny outfits because they don't really fit very well under normal sewing machines. Everything has to be done by hand if I have to make these outfits. The doll stand is so beautiful too. There are other dolls that come with stands, but they look more or less like regular doll stands with a little more decorations. But this one is so different. I love the concept of changing the doll stand to look like a water splash. I guess why not? Let the stand be part of the concept of the character instead of trying to blend into the background or make the stand invisible, which I have seen other dolls do. Why not just make it the accent point? I love the irregular shape of the stand. I wish other dolls would try that too. I did not get Eric from the live action version. I think he was also released, or maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I don't think I was going to need him all that much. But most of all, the doll did not come out looking all that pretty. I noticed that about the live action versions, literally sticking the actor's face onto the doll's head actually looks kind of strange or ugly. Something about a doll that looks too human is actually a bit creepy. I think dolls should look like dolls. It is an artistic expression of a character. They're not supposed to look realistic. They are supposed to deliver their messages and carry their magic through artistic expressions. If that can be done using cute, pretty, simplistic, cartoony faces, then why not? I would like to think that maybe there is a reason for making Ariel a black woman. There's that word. I cannot figure out what the latest faux pas is, which word I'm not supposed to use, and why that word has to be so controversial. I know there was a criticism for the live action version that did not keep Ariel looking more like the race of the animated version. The race issue is so different from countries to countries that you really need to live in that country for a long time to figure out how people really feel about such topic. You take two same groups of people but choose two different countries and they may have two completely different views about these people. These things are actually a lot more complicated. But anyway, Ariel's race changed. The race of the sisters all changed, like King Triton had many different wives. And we all are supposed to pretend we did not notice. Maybe another story could have been written, maybe a spin-off. I'm sure there are writers who can come up with another wonderful original mermaid story with a strong Caribbean twist and themes that might resonate more strongly with the Black Mermaid and keep the original Little Mermaid Danish. But hey, Sebastian from the original animation sounded Caribbean anyway. He never sounded Danish, so maybe whatever. I'm assuming the movie wanted to emphasize the song Part of Your World. The vast majority of the people in the third world want to join the wealth and prosperity of the West. They want to be part of that prosperous world. So maybe there was the subtle message that people from the non-Western countries who only have, say, fins, but are willing to do just about anything to join the world above the sea, figuratively speaking. So those are Ariel and King Triton set, Ursula and Ariel the Deluxe version. Thanks for watching.